Hello and welcome to Princess Lillian's Garden. Today's video is about how I prepare my tomato seedlings before I put it out in the garden. Come along. You want to have a very good yield. Come with me. Hello and welcome once again. When your tomato seedlings in the pot has matured to this stage, you want to separate it and place them one per pot to aid the growth. At this point, you carefully take all the seedlings out together. You don't pull it out one by one. Have a look. Okay, bring the all seedlings out together and then carefully separate. You see, this goes in that pot, and this way you are not damaging the roots because you're easing it apart. And this goes in that pot. This is going to go in a smaller pot because it's very small. This goes in that pot, and you just put each one of them in a pot and fill it up with soil. You place each one in a pot and put the soil. I've got compost from my garden, so you can just put soil and pot them up separately. After you put each one in a pot, you put soil. So you will have each plant potted separately, and you can now put this on your windowsill for a very shorter length of time, about a week. So you pot it up separately. And in a week, they'll grow big and you have something like this. You can see the stems. This is a determinate tomato. This is a determinate tomato. The stem is already split and you can still see. So I've kept on putting more soil on it. This is the one I did a few days ago. They are also going to grow big and ready for planting. It depends on the stage, because finally your tomatoes will get so big, almost a foot tall. What you will notice is they will start growing suckers. You see this sucker. Now this ones lower down here, there used to be leaves around them as well, but I just take out the leaf everywhere there's a sucker. I'm going to take out this leaf now. Just pinch it out so that this sucker can grow into a stem. Now, counting the suckers, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to leave about 3 of them. I will leave the 3 lowest ones. Any ones that go in the soil very deep, I'll plant it this deep. Here, I'll leave about 4. So this plant is going to have 4 stems, because these suckers will soon develop into separate stems and they will have roots of their own. These 2, I will leave them and let them grow big, just a little big. By the time they reach 2 inches, it's already about 2 inches. By the time they reach 3 inches, I will pinch off these 2 upper suckers and plant them separately. So this plant will end up with 4 separate stems down here and this main stem, and there's going to be a plant with a 5 stem. That's going to increase our harvest. So even if you buy your plants from the shops and you're able to do this, then it cuts down on the cost of buying these plants, which could be very dear. If you saw a plant of this size in the shops, you need to make use of the suckers to even out the cost. Yeah, and this is the other way I create spear stems. Let me turn this away. You can see this pot. I placed it at an angle almost on its side. So this plant feels like what's happening, but it has to grow upwards, so it makes a curve and it comes back upward. If I took this and laid it down like this, it will first of all stretch forward the way it was, but finally it will grow and turn. You can see this bend. You can see it's bent and it's coming back upwards. But what we need are these 3 suckers. There were leaves here before which I took out. So this sucker will be buried in the soil, this sucker will be buried in the soil, and this sucker. So we are going to have 1, 2, 3 stems before we have this as the 4th stem on this plant. So this plant is going to be a bit big. All these are ways to save space and also to save us having to walk around so many plants in the garden. But if you're going to have a multi-stemmed plant, you would have to enrich your soil with a lot of compost that you make instead of buying it, because the soil has to be very fertile to be able to support this 4-stemmed or 5-stemmed tomato plant. This is what I do 2 days before I put it in the soil. So it's properly bent now, and I can take it out and plant it. And this as well, I can take it out and plant it either in my pot or in the garden bed. And all this will be buried and they would come up along. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please leave your comment. And if you have further questions, leave it in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you and have a nice evening. It's Princess Lillian wishing you a happy summertime.